Hello there. Let's now look at both sides of trauma-informed care. The good and the bad. Trauma leaves scars. Trauma-informed care recognizes this. Trauma can stem from various sources such as abuse, neglect, violence, or even natural disasters. These experiences can leave individuals feeling isolated, misunderstood, and vulnerable. Trauma-informed care seeks to bridge this gap by creating an environment where individuals feel seen, heard, and valued. Trauma-informed care aims to create safety. It avoids re-traumatizing individuals. This approach emphasizes empathy. It values understanding. By fostering a sense of security, trauma-informed care helps individuals feel more comfortable. This is a crucial first step towards healing. When people feel safe, they are more likely to engage in the therapeutic process, which can lead to significant breakthroughs in their recovery journey. Service providers are trained differently. They undergo specialized training to understand the complexities of trauma. This training equips them with the skills to recognize the signs of trauma and respond appropriately. It also teaches them to create a supportive environment that fosters trust and openness. They learn to recognize trauma's impact, including how trauma can affect an individual's behavior, emotions, and overall well-being. Adjusting their approaches to fit the individuals optimizes effectiveness and might involve using different therapeutic techniques, adapting communication styles, or creating a more flexible treatment plan. The goal is to ensure that the care provided is responsive to the individual's needs. Mutual trust is the foundation of any therapeutic relationship. Without it, individuals may be reluctant to engage in the healing process. Trauma-informed care prioritizes building and maintaining trust. This involves being consistent, reliable, and transparent in all interactions. Honesty is crucial for healing. Healing is a journey that requires time, patience, and support. Trauma-informed care provides the necessary support to help individuals navigate this journey. It encourages self-care practices, which can be powerful tools for healing for client and worker. By promoting these practices, trauma-informed care helps individuals build resilience and regain control over their lives. Allowing individuals to process their emotions and gain new perspectives on their experiences can be cathartic. This openness is a critical component that fosters a sense of community and connection, which can be incredibly healing for individuals who have experienced trauma. When individuals feel supported, they are more likely to engage in their treatment and make progress. Trauma-informed care creates a nurturing environment that promotes healing and growth. It is a compassionate approach that recognizes how empathy supports survivors. Here's the problem. Trauma-informed care can go too far. It can excuse bad behavior. It might avoid consequences. This is where things get messy. Trauma doesn't erase accountability. Imagine this. Someone steals because of past trauma. Trauma-informed care might say it's not their fault, but actions have consequences. Ignoring this is a disservice. This approach can create dependency. People may avoid responsibility. They might not learn from mistakes. This hinders growth and recovery. We must be careful. Trauma-informed care shouldn't enable dysfunction. Shielding individuals completely is harmful. It prevents them from facing reality. Think about it. If we constantly make excuses, people won't change. They need to understand the impact of their actions. This is how they learn and grow. This approach can backfire. It can create a cycle of dependence. Individuals may become reliant on the system. This is not true empowerment. Service providers face challenges. Trauma-informed care can be demanding. They witness trauma's effects daily. This takes a toll. Balancing empathy and boundaries is tough. Providers may feel overwhelmed. They might experience compassion fatigue. Moral distress is common. They witness harmful behaviors. But trauma-informed care might limit their response. This creates ethical dilemmas. Here's the irony. Can you handle hearing the truth? Trauma-informed care aims to reduce stigma, but it can inadvertently reinforce it. The very framework designed to help individuals heal from their past can sometimes trap them in it by focusing so heavily on trauma. The engagement and narrative often circles around the trauma, or the trauma is always on the mind of the provider. While it's essential to acknowledge and address these experiences, an overemphasis can make it seem like trauma is the most important experience they've had. When we constantly label individuals as traumatized, we limit them and workers. We also risk that lens becoming one through which they view themselves and others, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy where the individual never escapes their past. Defining them by their past can be particularly damaging because it suggests that their trauma has rendered them incapable or has made them less of an adult in some way. It can overshadow their strengths, achievements, and potential for growth. This can hinder their self-perception. When someone knows you're constantly thinking of their trauma, it can be challenging. They may struggle to recognize their own resilience and capacity for change. It's crucial to see the whole person. Everyone has a unique story. People are multifaceted, with dreams, talents, and aspirations that deserve recognition and facilitation. Trauma doesn't define them. It's one chapter in a much larger book. By acknowledging this, we can help individuals integrate their experiences without being overshadowed by them. Let's empower survivors to move beyond the trauma. Help them build a future that is not defined by their past. This fosters resilience, hope, and a sense of agency that allows individuals to reclaim their narrative and move forward. Accountability is empowering. It promotes self-reflection. It fosters personal growth. Trauma survivors deserve this opportunity. Holding individuals accountable shows respect. It acknowledges their agency. They are capable of change. We need to believe in their potential. This approach fosters responsibility. Individuals learn from their actions. They develop healthier coping mechanisms. This is essential for recovery. However, trauma-informed care doesn't consider this. Striking a balance by integrating support and responsibility in trauma-informed care is dire. Trauma-informed care should be supportive to all, wholly, but it also needs accountability. This means setting clear expectations. Consequences are part of life. We can't shield individuals completely, but we can deliver them with empathy. This is crucial for learning. This approach empowers individuals. It helps them understand the impact of their actions. It promotes self-awareness and personal growth while ushering positive lifestyle changes. Ethical imperatives exist to reform trauma-informed care for sustainable change. Reforms are necessary. Trauma-informed care needs an ethical overhaul. We must address the accountability gap. This requires a shift in perspective. Training programs need adjustments. Providers need tools to address challenging behaviors. This includes setting boundaries and enforcing consequences. Ethical guidelines are crucial. They provide clarity for providers. They ensure consistent, accountable care. This benefits both individuals and providers. This is a call to action. Building a trauma-informed society requires we support true recovery. Let's get real. Trauma-informed care is essential, but it needs work. Understand that trauma affects everyone differently, and our responses must be as diverse as the people we aim to help. This means creating spaces where people feel safe, without fear of judgment or retribution. We need a society that understands trauma. This understanding must permeate every level of our communities, from residential to business to government. It's about training professionals by ensuring they have the therapy and tools they need to support those in crisis. We need to support survivors and workers. This involves providing resources for mental health care, legal assistance, and other services. It means advocating for policies that protect survivors and promote worker well-being. We rely on them to help navigate clients on their journey to recovery by offering encouragement, but they can't help by excusing harmful actions. Holding people responsible for their actions while also understanding the context in which those actions occurred creates a balance where compassion for workers and clients coexist. We must ensure that our systems do not perpetuate harm in any form. Accountability is not the enemy of compassion. In fact, they are two sides of the same coin. True compassion involves understanding the pain and trauma that others have experienced, while accountability ensures that we address the inappropriate behavior to prevent further harm, and encourage clients to take responsibility for their actions by making amends. They go hand in hand. Collaboration is key. We need to bring together individuals, organizations, and communities to create a unified approach to trauma-informed care. This means sharing knowledge, resources, and best practices. Let's create a system that empowers, not enables. A system that is flexible and responsive to the needs of those it serves. One that prioritizes the well-being of individuals and communities over punitive measures. A culture that fosters resilience and recovery, helping people to rebuild their lives and thrive. This is our call to action. Together, we can build a trauma-informed society that supports true recovery for all.